Talk Shoes.
Recorded live.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Tag Team Top 5 reveal for the week of August 14th, 2017. I am your host, Travis, and a little bit under the weather today, so my apologies for that. And I got to tell you right off the bat, we've got another cancellation this week. Mikey McFinnigan was supposed to be joining us, but he had some issues as far as his phone, and he's just not able to call, so I apologize for that. He was scheduled all the way up to today, but just didn't work out the way we had hoped and the way he had hoped, obviously. He felt like crap about it. He wanted to send out his apologies, so I am doing so on his behalf. So anyway, just letting everybody know where we're at as far as the Tag Team Top 5, since that is the name of the show. Let's go ahead and start off with the People's Champs this week. It's Devlin, Kane, and Maru. They're the new ACW Wisconsin Tag Team Champions after defeating Brock Hall and Logan Lynch, the Dream Police, and Tag Team Move, Nick Colucci, and Swoggle in a four-way on August 11th to win those titles. They actually collected 247 online votes from their fans to just narrowly edge out Jeff and Jason Klaus for the People's Champ Award this week, or People's Champs Award, rather. So props to them on their People's Champs Award for the first time. Wisconsin always coming strong. Sitting at number 5 this week is Maximum. Masato Yoshino and Naruki Doi. They are in Dragon Gate. They teamed with Kotaka at Dragon Gate on August 7th to defeat Berserk, El Lindemann, Shingo Takagi, and T-Hawk. Then they beat the Jimmies, Jimmy Takagi, and T-Hawk. And then they defeated the Jimmies again, which is Jimmy Susumu, Ryo Jimmy Saito on August 8th. And then they teamed with Kotaka again on August 11th to defeat Over Generation, which is Sema, Dragon Kid, and Eda. Then they teamed with Big R Shimizu and Ben K on August 13th to defeat Tribe Vanguard, Yamato, BAB, Hulk, Kai, and Yosuke, Loves Santa Maria to go 4-0 for the week. So a phenomenal week for Maximum, but it only nets them a number 5 ranking. But there's a reason for that. It was a crazy week in tag team wrestling, just like it was in singles. Sitting at number 4 are the Cool People with a K. It's DJ AC and Sammy De Leon. They are the new New England Championship Wrestling Tag Team Champions, NECW Tag Team Champions. They defeated the 5-Star Spectacle, Jace and JC Rodriguez, in the first round of the tournament for the titles in the NECW Tag Team Classic. They did that on August 12th, and then they followed that up with a victory over the Rep, which is Dave McCall and Nate Carter in the semis. And then they beat Adrenaline Rush, Daniel Evans, and Keith Youngblood to win the titles and the tournament with a 3-0 record for the week. So the Cool People, they get a 3-0 record, they win a tournament, they win titles, and they still only end up at number 4. That tells you what this week is like. Sitting at number 3 in the Indie Power Rankings Tag Team Top 5 this week is Abdullah Kobayashi and Ryuji Ito, the Big Japan Tag Team, former number 1 in the Indie Power Rankings Tag Team Top 5. Let's get into it, what they did. Of course, they are the Big Japan Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions. They defeated Minoru Fujita and Chikuro Hoshino in a non-title TLC death match on August 8th. And then they teamed with Koken Tenshi, Jaki Numazawa, and Toshiaki Sakuda the same day to defeat Masaya Takahashi, Takayuki Yuiki, Minoru Fujita, and Kankuro Hoshina in a Falls Count Anywhere barbed wire for death match. Then they defeated Koken Tenshi, Jaki Numazawa, and Toshiyuki Sakadoan on August 9th in a Falls Count Anywhere weapons match. By the way, this answers the question for the people out there that are wondering if they still do death matches. The answer is yes. Then they defeated Masaya Takahashi and Takayuki Ueki in a lemon salt thumbtack and Kenzan death match on August 11th to retain the titles. Then they teamed with Masaya Takahashi on August 12th to defeat Daisuke Sakamo, Yuji Akabayashi, and Takayuki Ueki But then they lost to Hideki Suzuki and Kazumi Kikuta on August 13th to go 5-1 for the week. Woo! That wore me out just talking about it. Okay. 6 matches, most of them death matches. That's an insane week. Another team that's a former number 1 that gets in at number 2 this week, the Workhorsemen, Anthony Henry and James Drake, the Evolved Tag Team Champions. They defeated Rory Gulak and Tracy Williams on August 11th to retain those titles. And then they defeated Fred Yeehee and Jason Kincaid on August 12th to retain again to go 2-0 for the week. So the Workhorsemen making a mark on the Tag Team Top 5 and the Tag Team Top 50 as the year continues to roll along. You're definitely going to see them in the Tag Team Top 50 when we hit December. But speaking of a team that's definitely going to be in the Tag Team Top 50, they're number 1 for a second week straight. It's Shane Saber and Phil Atlas. They're ranked number 1 last week, ranked number 1 this week. They are Canadian Wrestling's elite tag team champions at CWE. They defeated Tony Kozina and Kenji Bria, Alex Anthony and Ethan Price, and Cute Cody and Tasty Travis in a 4-corner survival match on August 7th to retain the titles. And then they defeated Danny Duggan and the Mercenary, Jacob Creed and the Canadian Cougar, and Cute Cody and Tasty Travis in a 4-way on August 9th to retain the titles. And then they beat Jonathan Gresham and Kato Kiyomiya on August 10th to retain again. Then they defeated Giant Orion and Jacob Creed on August 11th to retain again. And they defeated Danny Duggan and the Mercenary, Kaz Carter and Kados, and Cute Cody and Tasty Travis in a 4-way on August 12th to retain again. And then they defeated Cute Cody and Tasty Travis on August 13th again to retain 6-0 record for the week, if I'm not mistaken. Woo! I thought the other one was hard. That's a lot of freaking matches for these teams. But Shane Saber and Phil Atlas, they get the number 1 ranking for the second straight week, and they actually swept the official ranking. So more power to them, because everybody just saw what they did and saw no reason why they shouldn't be number 1. Let's see here. Some other things going on here. In the Tag Team Top 5, last week, like I said, it was Saber and Atlas at number 1, so they got it again this week, and that's just a big deal. I mean, it helps them in the Tag Team Top 50 this year. And so, yeah, it's just one of those things where you've got a team who, I don't know, they just dominated 2 weeks straight, and those rankings mean a lot. So anyway, Shane Saber and Phil Atlas, number 1 again, and Anthony Henry and James Drake pushing. We'll see if we see them again at number 1. Also, Abdullah Kobayashi and Ryuji Ito. Number 3, they could have a chance of being a number 1 again as well. So, insane week in tag team wrestling. I mean, there are a lot of teams that missed out despite good weeks. True Grit, Jeff and Jason Klaus, the Hellhounds, Jason Tiller and Cole Adams, the Night Riders, that's the Rockstar Pro Tag Team Champions, Catchpoint, Jason Dugan and Ray Exzion, Ace Evans and C.J. Anderson. So, yeah, I mean, this is just one of those deals where, I mean, it was really circumstantial for a lot of teams. So multiple wins, only got certain teams as high as they could get them. But it is what it is. I know that's an overused phrase, but it's kind of what we got to go with this week. So anyway, like I said, I feel awful today, so it's going to be a short podcast. Hopefully I can get Mikey McFinnigan down the line. I do apologize that he was unavailable today or that he was unable to have phone coverage today. Long story short, he didn't pay his phone bill. He was paying for supplements. So you know what? You got to do the thing that you got to do when you're a wrestler. So, but Mikey will come on at some later date. I really wanted to talk to him about the split with Roscoe Eat Lisa from that team. But we'll get to that some other point. It bums me out, you know what I mean, that Mikey is no longer a part of Roscoe Eat Lisa. Well, hell, neither is Zach, because apparently he's just left the business entirely. So we'll talk about that with Mikey at some point down the line. In the meantime, you can follow us on Twitter at IndyPowerRanking. Follow us, you can see our website, IndyPowerRankings, IPR.wordpress.com. You can follow me on Twitter at PhenomenalTLD. Do all those things. Support us, ProWrestlingTees.com/IndiePower. We're on Instagram at IndiePowerRankings. Like I said, short show. I feel awful. Hopefully nobody feels cheated. It is a free podcast, so there's that at least. I'll have the Tag Team Top 5 up on the website as soon as possible. And, yeah, I appreciate everybody who did tune in and listen to my raspy voice. So hopefully I'll be back next week. Also, check out Travis and Vic's Drunken Horror Adventures on Tuesday nights as we talk about the Gainesville Ripper. Not the movie, although we are going to talk to the director of the movie. We're talking about the actual Danny Rowling, the serial killer. So, love it. We'll talk to you guys next week. Later.